立正，敬礼。回坐。Ladies and gentlemen, this is MechaWarrior Warlord, 钢弹军阀. Today we start our two-part videos about the drivers for the male social sexual hierarchy, how SSH comes about. This is our second and third video on the SSH. See link to our first video here and here. Introduction to the male social sexual hierarchy. Next, we will explore the female social hierarchy, which is somewhat decoupled from their sexual hierarchy. Then we will explore the co-ed mixed social sexual hierarchy. And then last will be number 6 will be on the interracial and interethnic social sexual hierarchy, which will also lead into our Chinese people and the modern masculinity series. So a quick refresher on the male social sexual hierarchy. Men are naturally hierarchical, if you remember our diagram here. We quickly establish a pecking order when a random group of men get together. And then once established, the pecking order is very stable for the immediate near term into the midterm. A very few select men are alphas, charismatic and automatically commanding a following. And some more men are bravos, who will naturally work to maintain the hierarchy, focusing on managing the membership. And then most men are deltas, who focus on developing their expertise and seek respect for a job well done. And then some people are gammas, who have a technical expertise, but are envious and sometimes jealous of bravos and alphas. And then a few more men are omegas, who are not part of the hierarchy altogether, who are outsiders of society and never gets invited into parties and social gatherings. Very few rare men are sigmas, who have alpha qualities but reject alpha responsibilities and trappings because of personality or upbringing. And usually homosexual men are lambdas, a particular personality type that do not fit exactly into the male social sexual hierarchy. There appears to be a couple reasons why men have an inclination to form the male SSH. We observe in children that they naturally play in groups when they're together. That is a human social instinct. Yet there's a sexual difference. Boys often divide up the group into two opposing teams to compete against each other, whereas girls tend to play cooperatively in a scenario without opponents. Yes, there are many tomboys, girls who enjoy competitive plays with boys rather than cooperative plays with girls. And conversely, there are fewer boys who enjoy playing cooperatively with girls, and also with boys cooperatively, like when they build a pillow fort, who tend not to be as physical. Note here that competitive play is not just sports. Boys also play toys and scenarios with competitive teams. Cops and Robbers is our first exposure to live action role playing. Tea parties are the girls' LARPing exposure. Given that this play-sex segregation happens before the puberty testosterone tide, the sex segregation is a result of that minute testosterone difference from the womb, which is an interesting phenomenon of androgen effects on human social instincts. Competitive team play naturally will drive social organization. You naturally always need leaders and followers in small unit tactics. Even when everyone knows exactly what to do, you still need leaders to synchronize the team. This is why even professional orchestras always have conductors. So men quickly learn hierarchy from competitive team play. And in the West, white and black girls heavily participate in juvenile sports. And we will talk about how that has affected their female social hierarchy in the female social hierarchy video. The other driver for male SSH comes from the male ability diversity. As we mentioned last time, most human abilities have a normal Gaussian distribution, and the variance and standard deviation is driven by DNA and some environmental factors. So the distribution of abilities is different among the races and the sexes. In childhood, of course, the ability diversity sexual difference is much less obvious. However, boys' physical ability diversity is very obvious. Some boys are immediately larger, stronger, faster, at much greater variance than there is among girls. And this is because girls are much more uniformly efficient at converting food into body growth, whereas boys have more genetic mutation burdens on their single X chromosome. So there are many more boys who fall behind on their growth charts, and this is well documented. And as many sociologists have observed, by junior high puberty onset is a key period in the human social hierarchy development for both boys and girls. That surge of testosterone and estrogen dramatically magnifies sexual differences, including the male ability diversity. As they have noted, very well documented, men have a greater variance on our IQ, muscle strength, height, emotional and empathic abilities, and other characteristics. And of course, some men are more good-looking than others. And this concludes part 1 of our male social sexual hierarchy SSH factors. We will pick up at the next video. And if you like this video, click on the like button and subscribe to this channel and Patreon. See you next time.